The most funny thing, the most fun thing actually, is how Nixon and some of the others, some of the so-called religious groups that believed in God. It's like, if you believe in God, then why are you killing people and why are you stopping technology? Why do you promote slavery and imprisonment if you really do believe in God? Many people have burned scientists at the stake for being heretics or opposing God. It's like, by practicing technology or science. It's like, that's just a blatant attack on basically, well, the real creator to humanity and also the future. And it's even more funny when people are like, we want to live forever, but yet we have to stop him from being known. And technology, it's like, so you want to stop technology and want to stop anyone else from having technology, but you want technology yourself. That's kind of strange, don't you think? So you want secret technology in the back room, or secret technology only for yourself, but you don't want anyone else to have technology or schooling? Okay. That is just, it's like, that's a blatant attack on the future, God, and everything else. Well, by the way, there is no real God. There is maybe a long time old creator, but there is no blah, blah, blah. It's technology. Anyway, like I say, about 1979 or so, people like Nixon and Kennedy found this out. And then they decided to use media control to adjust the world, or at least the future. Like I say, I have no doubt that the CIA is paying for Al-Qaeda and all kinds of other groups, or something. Like I say, the blatant things accusing Hitler of killing people, by the thousands. And there was, like I say, it's blatant. Blah blah. They blamed Germany for whatever. Of course, Germany was on my side and had vowed allegiance to me directly. So, of course, so had a lot of other humans. Like I said, eventually, people come up to me and, well, not physically, but they basically in time and space, and eventually they realize, I'm talking about like countries come up to me, pretty much like whole countries go to the future. 1,000 million years, blah, 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 become highly high-tech, blah, 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 and then, who's the creator? And it's like, oh, hi, Lucifer. It's like, yeah. That was a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, civilization, basically people get together, start doing science together, and then... Anyway, sometime around the 70s or whatever, Nixon and Carter and a lot of the others kind of realized the same thing everyone else does, or something, or blah, blah. Anyway, like I say, you won't know it, you won't realize it. Your children's, blah, 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 a million years into the future. Okay, now Nixon and Carter and Kennedy and a few of the others thought, we can stop this guy. Anyway, and that's why you get everything else. Also, you have 10 billion trillion people. Anyway, whatever. And people basically reproduce for millions, billions of years, and eventually you become a super high-tech civilization, and a million years into the future, your children's children realize something. So, anyway, they already realized it, so, anyway, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I say, it's where you get the blue and everything else, and why humanity was just like, hey, we love you, we want to support you, we don't want you to die. So, and besides, I invented laws and named America and all kinds of other stuff, and we were really good together. So, anyway, though, but Nixon and Kennedy were like, we have the White House, we are the power here. Anyway, and that's a very bad Kennedy impression, I know. Anyway, though, so But like I was inventing steam engines and steamships and all kinds of other stuff. And anyway, though, and there's a bunch. Anyway, there's Catholic. You know, I wonder sometimes about the Catholics because a lot of people thought Lucifer or me was just like some sort of like come up quick thing, but of course, you know, things were being done and people were knowing about me without actually even talking to me. So, like I say, I named America, and America became America. So yeah, you know, and there's all kinds of signs. So. And I never talked to anyone directly. Named Gold. Gold became Gold and never talked to anyone directly. I suggested some things about a deflecting tail that would just use a screw jack to screw up and screw down for breaking the sound barrier and stuff and other things. And yeah, it still got happened. So ejection seats were still done. Anyway, though, yeah. So it's complicated, you know. So like I say, and then, you know, people that were in the White House thought that they had way more power and way more media control because technically all this stuff will be deleted and no one will ever know about me and stuff like that, theoretically. Unless they have time travel, which they got and get, and every race has. Like I said, the human race has time travel. Like, probably 36 races eventually get time travel and can do time stuff. So yeah, anyway, it's complicated. Anyway, I knew all kinds of other races once upon a time. Usually they actually kind of left me alone. I was just, I don't know, old. So anyway, I don't really know. I don't really care. It's just kind of weird because I come here and then, like I say, we get up to 1960 and 1970 and Kennedy and Carter and Nixon are like blah, 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 blah. And then they start doing this thing, which is confusing to the rest of the world, and all kinds of weird stuff happens. Anyway, I don't really know. So anyway, like I say, certain people like Kennedy and Nixon, I mean, that's why they didn't want nuclear power shared with any other country, but I'd already shared it long before they actually were president. And, you know, there's just a lot of stuff. So anyway, I don't really know why, and a bunch of people are like, I feel sorry for this guy. It's like, I named a country and led like 5 or 6 other countries all throughout time and space or something, so I don't really know if anyone can really feel bad about me. I mean, it kind of sucks my life now considering how rich and powerful I was. I mean, getting steam cars transferred to the White House, but then again, I invented all kinds of cars and all kinds of stuff, and there's just a couple confused people, or at least some other people that think that they can cover it up or lie. And it's like, well, you know, you really can't. I mean, you tried, and I got lobotomized and had my frontal lobe cut off and was killed, was put inside of a mental ward, was also put in jail, and and certain people realized who Lucifer really was, or something. Still going on the whole realizing. Like I said, technically I already talked to Nixon when he was still in office. So I generally did talk to most of my presidents, or at least a few of them. Anyway, it's complicated. I'm not exactly sure. But, you know, all around the world, I mean, it's kind of like I say, that's the whole thing, is that Nixon, Kennedy, and certain other people, they wanted money and power, but they didn't want that much. Because, I mean, they didn't want it to be that common throughout the world because, I mean, but it's like, well, how are you going to stop technology? Eventually people will, you know, people eventually, like, all civilizations always, every race eventually just, you know, gets bigger and more advanced 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 and more advanced. So it's like, you can't really hold back technology. Anyway, though, yeah. So, and this all happened before I even said anything. In fact, this happened even when I was in a coma and had a lobotomy. So, and was killed. Like the one girl said, I wouldn't really call a medical procedure going swish, swish, swish around your brain until you stop breathing, but that's what they did. It's like, oh, that's nice. It's good to be here. What can I say? And if I could survive through that or live through that, I don't really know. Anyway, that was when I named America. When America became America, Kennedy or someone went swish, 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 swish with a pick right away. So they like set it up. You know, because Brian could be lobotomized and all that other stuff, or I could be lobotomized. So it was already their plan.